It's safe to say that Pride Month is one of the most hated months of the year. Why? What's supposed to be the most joyful and loving months of the year has now turned into the most divisive and toxic. There's children in attendance at these festivals that feature lots of nudity and sexual acts. Numerous corporations use it as a cash grab to pander to the LGBTQ community. And there's a growing segment of the population that's just fed up. And don't get me wrong, as much as I want these corporations to shut up about Pride Month, I need to shut up when I'm sleeping, specifically when I'm snoring. If you're wanting to stop snoring at night and actually get some quality sleep, then my friends over at Hostage Shape have the perfect solution for you that also comes with a 100% money back guarantee. I know it sounds crazy, but for the past 2 years or so, I've been taping my mouth shut at night every night, and I have seen immense results. From Joe Rogan to GQ magazine, taping your mouth shut at night is actually pretty common. I don't snore anymore, I wake up with less allergies, and I sleep way better than I used to before. I just take the piece of tape, put it over my mouth, and I'm done. It's super breathable, flexible, and easy to use. And yes, it does work on beards. So if you're interested and want to try it out, be sure to click the link in the description below. And before we dive into this video, I want to introduce my friend Ariel.
Hey guys.
She's a YouTuber that's been covering these topics for well over a decade, and I felt like it'd be a great addition to this video to have her commentary as well. What is Pride?
This is a celebration of sex and love and who we are as fully formed beings, sex included.
And to be honest, that's fine with me. Pride has always been about being prideful in various aspects of your life with a focus on sexuality.
Speaking from direct experience, it didn't really seem to bother anyone until it became extremely commercialized and was pushed to be more family friendly.
The second Pride was hijacked by corporations, it completely changed the way it was represented and highlighted in various cities across the country.
A lot of corporations are capitalizing off Pride and off LGBTQIA+ like merch. I don't know, they're just making a lot of money off this.
The funniest thing to me is the far leftists that complain about capitalism and how it's bad, yet they go into Target and just will buy all of their Pride stuff. Capitalism at its finest, but you know.
Truly, Pride has shifted away from the people and put its focus solely on the corporations, and they've made an insane profit throughout the years until recently when we started involving the children. And it's just crazy to me, like knowing what goes down at these Pride parades, in what world did you think it'd be okay to commercialize this?
The amount of ass and tits I've seen today is, it fills me up for the rest of the week.
We have this huge event that became mainstream. Media is talking about it everywhere. Everybody's involved, even children. And that is when everything started crumbling down. It makes, are you guys surprised? Is anybody surprised?
Family-friendly Pride events. This is how Pride Month has become the most hated month. Children are being exposed to this very mature and sexualized behavior, all backed and funded by these corporations, pushing it to become more family friendly, when that's not the case. It's entirely too much. There's no reason why any child should be celebrating Pride. Really, all of us, because it's 2023, there's not much that a grown gay man cannot do in this country. Like, Pride parades made a lot of sense back in the day when we were shunned, when we couldn't get married, when we couldn't get jobs, when we were very isolated in this nation. It made sense to rally together to have a Pride parade and be prideful in who we are. But now it doesn't make sense, and we've been fine up until we brought kids into the mix, and now everything's just hit the damn fan. Why are people boycotting Target? Because they're selling children's attire with Pride stuff all over it.
Why are people boycotting Bud Light? Because they promoted a trans person who is pushing children to transition.
Why are people boycotting drag queens? Because drag queens are pushing to perform and read to children.
Why are people boycotting gender-affirming care? Because they're trying to allow prepubescent children to chemically and sexually castrate themselves, while also allowing young women or young girls to get double mastectomies.
It all comes down to the children, and had we let them alone from the jump, we would not be where we're at today. Homophobia on the rise.
It's so obvious that the LGBT community has been completely hijacked by the queer activists, the radicalists. And this has all created a ton more of actual homophobia and transphobia. And now, because children are always involved, anything even remotely gay is automatically criticized by the right.
And it sucks because now there is an entire stigma and hate towards the gay community when it's not even directed towards the gay community, it's directed towards the TQ+ side of the community. When us as gay people, the LGBTs, have really nothing to do with this. And I talk about this in another video, but it's increasingly frustrating because there are some things that I want to be highlighted and prideful about and to really be accepted, but it's hard when you have people tainting the entire movement, because it doesn't even stop at Pride being commercialized, it also bleeds into it being extremely political.
The Human Rights Campaign has declared a state of emergency for LGBTQ plus people in America.
I am fine. We are fine. We're good. The politics drives me up a wall, and they keep using this term community as if they're inclusive and all about equality when they're everything but.
What do you think about Donald Trump? F Donald Trump. Think he does anything for the LGBT community? Nah, at all. What if I told you there's some things he's done that are pretty good? Would you believe me? I'm not gonna listen to you.
It's very clear to me after going to these sorts of events for the better part of the last 15 years, actually I think it's like 17 years, I'm getting old, that these events are no longer about people having same-sex attraction or being gender dysphoric. They have become extremely, almost entirely political.
Truly, the only views that are accepted at Pride parades and under that LGBTQ flag is left-leaning views. That's about it.
The rainbow flag used to represent, at least for me, being same-sex attracted or someone that was innately actually transsexual, having gender dysphoria. Now, when I see it, I just think of political far leftism.
And it's unfortunate because there is a growing segment of gay people who feel this exact way. There's a growing segment of gay people who feel isolated and exiled by both the left and the right. And they're just stuck in the middle, politically homeless. It's like, well, damn, what am I supposed to do? Pride Month is not what it used to be. Corporations have taken over, and this push for things to become more family friendly just needs to stop, because I don't know how this is gonna end. I think we all can agree gay relations have not been this bad up until we brought kids into everything. And I don't know why I feel like a broken record saying that, but we need to just leave them alone. Children are off limits. That's it. Personally, you won't see me celebrating Pride Month. It's just pandering month at this point, and I'm just completely over it.
I still attend Pride parades every year. In fact, I'm probably going to at least 1 or 2 this year. But that doesn't mean that I think we need an entire month to celebrate. If anything, I think it would be a better idea if we took that month to fight for actual equality where it doesn't exist.
So yeah, thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and thank you, Ariel, for joining me in this video. It means a ton. Be sure to go subscribe to her, subscribe to me, like this video because it helps me a ton, and stay tuned for the more videos that are to come. As always, do know and remember that no one can change your life but you. So do what you need to do to put your best self forward to become the best version that you wish to be. Much love, and I'll catch you in the next video.